Yeah. Sounds so good, wouldn't you agree?
Turn that shit up.
Shot for you, shot for me.
Only the real can relate.
Mike Fuego.
House of Fire.
Amazing Most. It's privy. This for that part of me that was styled by poverty. The hood in my veins now was clogging my arteries. It gave me vision, it also made it hard to see. I seen the artistry within the armed robbery. We got our 3-bedroom from a lottery, where you could catch a leg wound trying to find your key. You need that extra leg room when you find the V. Richer in the fansuits is what we bout to be. Brick sales, now every lobby got fish scales. Broke women who only hobby was rich males. You do 1 3 to 9, you take a big L. Then they throw that in your face, now how that shit smell. I'm coming home better than I used to be. I know the man in the mirror gon' shoot for me. I don't really trust niggas, truthfully. It's the privy, no motherfucking juice for me. I played them project games. Before Bloods and Crips, we had project gangs. They tried to jump me after school, but my projects came. Somebody ate your food, you had to digest pain.
Peace to the gods and earths and all the positive people in the universe. My name is Anthony GMATH WOMBLE, and you're now listening to my audio diary, styled by Poverty, the Arcast, brought to you by the good people of the VANDAL Hour and S.STREET Media. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel at S.STREET Media. So here's this episode is called The Avenue of Puerto Rico. So, I like to start my joints off a little bit different. Every episode is different. I done did poetry, I done rhymed in the beginning, I done told a story in the beginning. So this beginning is going to be a joke I learned while I was in prison at Washington Correctional. So check it out, here it go. So 3 friends that was in prison together, they all have 25 to life. They've been rocking with each other for like 20, 22 years. They eat together, they sleep right next to each other, and cell-wise, they doing everything together, working out, TV time, they all fucking with each other. These 3 friends, they real tight. So then one day they go outside to the yard. They spin in the yard and shit, walking around. And one of them had spotted something, some metal on the floor. So the dude kicked it and shit, picked it up. He seen it was a genie lamp. They said, oh shit, a genie lamp. Or everybody was like, amazing shit, a genie lamp, what the fuck? So dude rubbed it and shit. When he rubbed it, a genie came out. The genie said, you had 3 wishes. The first one said, get the fuck out of here. We got 3 wishes? Or my wishes, I wish I was home with some bitches. Boom, he's gone. Second one was like, man, I wish I was home with some money. Boom, he's gone, landing on some money. Third one was like, damn, my man's is gone. Fuck, I'm by myself. I wish my peoples was here. And that is my joke for the day. If you didn't get that, rewind the podcast. Yo, I got my man Manny in the building. How you doing, God?
Peace to the God. Peace to the gods.
Yo, we running on a short time period and shit like that, but both of our birthdays just passed by. His was September 9th, mine is today. Yeah.
Happy birthday, happy birthday to the God.
45 years old, man. 45, man. I had a great party. Everybody turned up. Thank you for everyone who came out to my party on Saturday. It was crazy. Shout out to, my business partner, Cover, my cousins, Chiba Gang, all the performers that performed, Dunbar, everybody. Thank you all for coming out and supporting me. We had a good time, 420 action, a lot of dope performances. We had my comedian in the building by the name of Cher Landman. She's dope. Make sure you check her out on Instagram. But it was crazy. How was your day, God?
My day was good, man. My born day, I spent it with my earth, man. Yeah, man. I made some cake.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I baked the cake and I went over to my mama's house and laid up, watched a couple of shows and shit with her, just chill. The weekend, I turned up, You already know. That's how I'm at your party. You already know.
Yo, you know, as a Virgo, we both Virgos. Do you get any negative comments about being a Virgo?
Oh yeah, definitely. All the time. All the time. Once they find out, well, when's your birthday? Oh, he's a Virgo. Oh, you're a Virgo. Oh, you this, you that.
You like to overanalyze, right? That's one of them that always come out.
The main thing, yeah, you always analyzing shit. You always, looking for ulterior motives or everything have to be something.
You an overthinker.
Yeah.
But the funny shit is, a lot of times we're right.
90,
not all the time.
95%. 95%.
But our conviction rate is high.
Yeah, definitely high.
Yeah. So happy belated birthday. I seen you on the day after.
Yeah.
But happy birthday. I'm glad we're here to spend another birthday.
Definitely.
On this motherfucking planet.
Definitely.
Especially for the things that we've been through. Before we get into our conversation, I definitely just want to go into something real quick, man. The name of this episode is The Avenue of Puerto Rico. We got the OG in the building, and we don't spill like all our beans. So, but we got the OG in the building, Winsburg.
Shout out to the OG.
Yeah, shout out to the Winsburg veteran in the motherfucking building. But he gave us some inside info. The name of the episode, as I said, is The Avenue of Puerto Rico. The person who actually made this happen is a person by the name of Miss Lenny Concepcion. She is also the founder of the Winsburg Day situation that we have every year. So
celebration.
We want to celebrate her. You know what I mean? Because it gave us our identity. When you go to Grand Street and Graham Avenue, it becomes the Avenue of Vespucci.
Yeah.
Vespucci or Vespucci.
Yeah.
Which is the Italian side. So, it gave us an identity where we come from. And I'm glad to even know the story. I don't know how it happened. I don't know how Winsburg Day started. I don't know how the name became what it became. So shout out to the OG for giving some insight on that. Also, in the last episode, I was speaking about the Wu-Tang episode. The new episode's coming out for the Wu-Tang show. The latest episode was dropped last Wednesday. If you was lucky enough to catch it on YouTube for free, if you don't have Hulu like myself, I caught it at 1:30 in the morning. The shit was crazy. If you didn't check it out, you need to check that joint out. It's starting to go into the story of how they actually start making the music for the 36 Chambers. There's actually references that said on the album that they say in the show as like real life shit. So they said like cocaine for Bolivia from U-Guard. They had picked up some drugs from U-Guard, and they had said cocaine from Bolivia. That's a line in U-Guard's song.
Yeah.
So it's little references that they given out in the Wu-Tang show. I was speaking to a friend of mine, and she was speaking about the Wu-Tang thing and her perception of it. She said, "Yo, you remind me of the RZA when I watched that." So that was kind of deep, because I kind of felt that way when I was young, but now with knowing who RZA is, but like trying to bring a group of people together to do something for one cause, and that was Green Contacts Incorporated. Also, I just checked out a documentary last night that I would like for y'all to watch, man. It's called it's Ted DiBiase's documentary, and it's called The Price of Fame. And it is a great documentary. People who listen to Style by Poverty know I like to direct y'all into different directions, mostly positive stuff. And I'm not a religious person, but Ted DiBiase found religion. and his story is a deep story. It's a great story of redemption. A person who changed his life from, the $1 million man. It's just like how much your life is worth, basically, and to be the total opposite person. And when you listen to Style by Poverty, it's kind of the same vein without being religion. A person who was one way, not being that way now. So another story of redemption. So I'm always going to push that type of thing. So make sure you check out Ted DiBiase's documentary, The Price of Fame. Another person who I've been following real intently, it came from my friend Sinatra, aka Stowe. He told me to check out this show called, this dude called 2J Kicks. 2J Kicks. You don't know who 2J Kicks is? You don't need to look this dude up. 2J Kicks is a person that he takes sneakers and he resells them. And 8 years ago, he was like homeless. And now he's a multi-millionaire. He opened up his first really big store in Las Vegas in Caesar's Palace in the old Gap space. And 8 years ago, he was selling sneakers off the computer. His story, it is a deep story. I went through probably like 10 to 15 hours of his YouTube channel. Make sure y'all check it out. 2J Kicks. He sells he done sold Fat Joe's collection. He done he have sold Fat Joe's collection. He sells artwork for Everlast of House of Pain. He done sold sneakers to all the famous stars that's out there. Make sure you check it out. If you want to study a person who went from nothing to something, putting in a lot of hard work, and he's giving away game, make sure you check out 2J Kicks on YouTube. These are people that the average person may not heard about. But if you're a person that is into what is really going on outside of the circle of the streets, these are certain, I'm just pointing you in certain directions. So you may be into different things than I am. But maybe something to catch your attention and you get connected to it. Also, I've been running this question on every episode. So since I have a new person sitting here with me, my childhood friend, my man Manny, do you watch gangster movies?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
What was the last gangster movie that caught your attention and you thought was good?
The last one? Damn, I like shoot 'em up movies.
All right.
So that John Wick trilogy shit was this shit. You know what I mean?
I'm late. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm actually late on that, but I'm caught up. I'm missing a third joint.
Yeah.
That John Wick is hard.
That trilogy is fire. Like, shit like shoot 'em up shit. Cause that's
a great story.
But the like for me to look at dialect and what I've been studying, man, that people it's Scarface, man.
Ooh.
The dude from that man. The dude I be watching that shit every week, at least once a week. And the dude did that with one camera.
Get out of here.
That was filmed with one camera, man. One camera.
Scarface it's a what's funny about Scarface, especially for the OGs above us. That movie was influential, very influential.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you hear all the OGs reference that movie as being like when that movie dropped, the streets felt it.
Yeah, because that was what was going on.
True indeed.
Exactly what was going on. You know what I mean? Like what we were looking around, we were seeing that. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't that kind of deep that an Italian man was playing a Cuban?
Yeah.
And fluently?
Yeah. Fluently. Yeah. People bought that.
True indeed.
Everybody, there's some people to this day thought that he was Cuban.
True indeed. And then Carlito's Way, It's one of my favorite gangster movies.
Yeah, that was a good flick.
With the same person.
Yeah, same person.
But
Yep.
Scarface is one of the movies, like even when you watch Paid in Full, they reference Scarface.
Yeah.
Most of the gangsters, when I watch a lot of the gangster material, the Brian Glaze Gibbs, all the Al Prophets, all these gangster documentary people, and they all reference, like if you're dealing with the 80s and 90s drug dealer, most of them reference Scarface.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
That's deep. That's deep.
Yeah. And I watched it because it's the movie's heavy on influence, but at the same time it's not a lot of dialogue, man. When you really, really look at the movie and you watch the movie, it's not a lot of dialogue. It's just things going on.
A lot of action.
Yeah, a lot of action. It's not a lot of dialogue. It's not a lot of, every scene is quick. Every scene is short.
I gotta watch that again because I never looked at it from that aspect because that's deep.
Yeah.
That is not a lot of dialogue. I believe De Palma did that movie, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it's De Palma, who's the same person who did Carlito's Way.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. But that's crazy. I'm gonna watch it from that point of view. I'm gonna say this. It was very the story moved very quickly. It had it showed you from camera wise, like even when they dropped the dude, they hang the dude from the helicopter.
Yeah.
I think that was really big for
a statement.
It was a lot of big action scenes in Scarface. The scene when they try to kill him at the club.
Yeah, it all starts. They at the camp, right? They take the hit for the camp. So that's one
Big
scene.
scene.
Big scene. Political.
Yeah,
it's a big scene. Political. You know what I'm saying? It's hitting the political front. How the refugees are coming. How the Cubans is trying to escape Cuba.
Sure indeed.
Boom. They show that part. Then they show the hit. He took the hit to get up out of there. Right.
Sure
they
indeed.
took the hit. They get to Miami. Now
I forgot about that part.
Now it's a different scene. Now he's washing dishes, and Manny gets the plug. Yo, they got a hit for us. Word.
Big scene.
Big scene. Because it was impact, right?
Sure indeed.
Like, yeah, boom, everybody used that, right? It's a big scene. Oh, yeah, this is where we at. This is where we going. Yo, I'm off this. Next scene, they in the car.
Money, power, and respect. Car.
They in the car. Boom,
Sure
they in the car, and they already at the hotel. So he went from the bank, from the camp, on the bus, to the interrogation, to washing dishes, to the hit. And after that, he on.
So you feel, let me say this. So cinematically, it's a powerful film for you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch that film. I'm gonna give you a gangster film that if you look at it from that point of view, it makes it a totally different film. Jackie Brown. If you watch Jackie Brown, it's not the illest gangster movie. But if you look at it cinematically, it is one of the illest gangster films that you ever going to see.
Yeah.
It shows you, and there's a scene, right, that they're going to make an exchange for money or something inside of the mall. And they had to do that transaction. If I'm not mistaken, it happens inside the mall. But at the same time this is happening, Robert De Niro was shooting somebody, killing somebody in the same parking lot at the same exact time.
At the same time.
So like cinematically, like Quentin Tarantino is ill. But
he's a monster.
It's an ill way to his gangster movie was great. My man Samuel Jackson playing the gun dealer. Even the scene with Chris Tucker when he makes him get into the back of the trunk without tricking him into the back of the trunk.
Yeah.
Like it made to me cinematically, if you watch it, is not Scarface, but just the tricks that he do in telling this story.
Yeah.
The story is almost like multiple stories happening at the same time.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna check Scarface though, so I could watch what you were saying.
And another reason why I study that is because of what you just said. How this Italian jump into this role of a Spanish dude and do it so good, so believable,
but very believable.
How about the dude in Shaft that plays Peoples. He's a black man. And he plays Peoples like he's Puerto Rican. Like he sounds, he acts, he's a beast.
You know why? It's what you saying is like it's so serious because I was in my mom's trip like 2 weeks ago, and she was watching some detective film, and it was like on an island, like some like West Indian island, and the accents was shitty. Oh my bad. It was bad. These people are supposed to be playing West Indians and like, I don't know what they is. It's some Caribbean.
Yeah,
and
but they're not West Indian.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. That's a turn off. If I can't believe that your accent makes me believe your character.
Yeah.
And so none of them made me believe their character. It was terrible. It was terrible.
Yeah.
You're a person, I want to stay on this in the same vein that we're talking about acting, we're talking about cinematography. You're a person that is doing a lot of that right now.
Yeah.
It's dope to be your friend, and there was times in the original times when you was doing what you was doing, you would be practicing your part around me, and me actually seeing the script and seeing your interpretation of these lines.
Yeah.
You're doing big things with Respect Life.
Yeah. Good looking. Shout out to Respect Life.
Congratulations for the comeback.
Yeah. Thank you.
I seen you transition in from a person who's a real street dude to a guy playing a street dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's deep.
Yeah, it is deep. Yeah, it is deep.
It's deep. And let me say this, man. I watch Respect Life, man. And shout out to my man, Boom P.
Yeah, shout out to Boom P and the whole cast.
And everybody
Respect
behind this excellent show. I'm a writer. So from a writer's standpoint, Respect Life is one of the best written web series, television shows that's out there.
Yeah.
Best. And it's very believable. It's not in like Pluto.
Yeah.
It's if you grew up in Brooklyn, if you grew up in the streets,
in the style,
especially the style, Brownsville, you connect with the characters emotionally, you connect with the story emotionally.
Yeah.
So now, my man, who we've been incarcerated together, same cell and everything, is playing one of the best fucking criminals. He's a heel. If y'all know what the heel is in wrestling, the heel is the bad guy. He's the bad guy.
Yeah, I'm the villain.
Your character name is Hefe.
Yeah.
For the people who's not connected to Respect Life, give me a little bit of background on your character.
Hefe's Spanish dude that came from Puerto Rico on some ruthless shit. He wanted to take over. He wanted to get money, and he don't care who gets in his way. You know what I mean? He don't care who gets in his way. He gun him down, shoot him down, get him gunned down, and he just running through the Ville trying to get it, trying to take all the spots and all that. He's just ruthless dude.
What's even deeper, you have a lot of our dudes from around the way in the show too. Shout to my people.
I
gotta say that, man.
Shout to WB that pulled up for me, and even though they got clipped off, but shout to my peoples that came through. Supported me.
I just think it's dope that you even include, even if the part ain't a long part, that you even try to get your friends into a show that had at one point almost 1 million views. Yeah, you know what I mean. So it's not like you bring them to some bullshit.
Yeah.
We that's some shit.
Yeah, we the number one YouTube series. You know what I mean? Out there. So that was a plus. And shout out to A1.
Yeah,
You
shout
know?
out to the guard A1.
Shout out to the guard A1, man. I always shout him out because that was his
Did you kill him or your peoples killed him?
Yeah, I killed him. Yeah, I ended up killing him, man. Yeah, man. Yeah.
You know what's funny? That's one of my favorite scenes.
Word, yeah. I was a meme. They made me a meme.
Yeah.
I was a meme for a little while with that
Yo.
scene. I was like, okay,
That scene,
I'm famous
man,
now.
That scene was crazy, man. That scene was crazy. Shout out to A1,
Yeah,
man.
shout out to A1. He the one that that pulled me in after he was looking for a couple people, and he introduced me to Boom. He took me over there, me, Philly, and shout out to my boy Noel. He came through and he gave us the part, man. He gave me the part, and I think because in that first meeting I was the only one that spoke up, so that's why he probably gave me the speaking lines. Because they were like, yo, Boom said, we got y'all here for 1 or 2, 3, maybe 3 scenes, 3 episodes, and then we're going to have to kill you off. I was like, the guys was like, all right, cool. I was like, all right, cool, but you going to have me kill a couple motherfuckers, man. You ain't going to have me, you going to have me kill a couple people. You ain't just going to kill me off.
I need some work.
I got to put some work in first. He's like, all right. Then he went, spit off. He was like, yo, I'm going to have son talking. He's the one that's going to be the talker. You know what I mean? He's the one. And after that, he gave me the script. And, he seen I bombed it. And after that, it was a wrap.
Let me say this about your character. Your character is a no-nonsense dude.
Yeah, he don't take no shit.
Nothing.
From nobody.
He done killed a couple of people already.
Yeah.
How is it for you from, as I said earlier, you are a person from the streets.
Yeah.
And now you playing this character. Is it easy for you to play this character? Or is it something that you got to put yourself in again to play this character? Like, do you got to put yourself in a headspace to play this character?
Nah, not in the sense I do, but it's like, a lot. Me and the nigga got a lot of similarities. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna talk about the clipping part. He clipping everybody, but me and the nigga got a lot of similarities.
Emotionally,
yeah,
with the character.
And I done read over and over and over, and I done seen like the way Boom wrote it. People was like, "Yo, you wrote that shit for that nigga." Like, that's what I mean. Like that's him. That's who you writing about is him. That's him. Whoever you what I mean. Like nigga have faith is that nigga that you just picked. Like that's him, the character. Like you bring that nigga to life because that nigga just he flows with that shit. He does that shit too perfect. And a lot of people be like, yo, that is you. Like what I mean. Like that you playing you. That's why it's so easy for you. You know what I mean? But yeah, I take it like that. Like me and the character have. Like
similarities.
Yeah, similarities. A lot of similarities.
Let me say this: do people who see the show and be like, when they see you later, and be like, "Yo, what's the reaction? What's the reaction?" Because you I knew you in no time soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
That you are playing this character great.
Yeah. Good looking.
So how do people react that react to you playing this character?
That's what they say. They like, yo, that's you. That's you know what I mean? The character is you. Like that's why that shit is so easy. Like a lot of people be like, yo, you killing that shit, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, you killing that shit. People that don't know me be like, yo, I hate your character, man, but yo, you killing it, man. Like, yo, you play that nigga good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you play that nigga so good, I don't like that nigga,
That's
man. Like,
fact.
you know what I mean? Like, whoa.
It's funny. Someone came to me when you came on the Vandal Hour.
Yeah.
And after the interview, they said, "Oh, that's your man." He's like, "Yo, man, that nigga is really on something. Got me hitting the Puerto Ricans, man, on it.
Yeah,
He playing." So I understand when you're saying that because people who don't know you, be like, "Yo, this Puerto Rican is killing everybody."
Yeah, like he's ruthless. Yeah, like he's ruthless.
Your character is ruthless.
Yeah, he's ruthless.
It's ruthless. Let me say this, man. Do you see? I know I don't want you to go ahead, but do you think they're gonna expand their characters like trajectory? Like, is it going to? Are you going to be? Are they giving you more of a story besides just you having a beef with Billy?
I don't think so. Because from what we was talking about is we got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We got 5 more episodes, and then we shoot season 4, which is the last season. After that, we shooting the movie.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that's why. But I think for this, the ending of this season here, and then next season coming, we just gonna be. I'm beefing with everybody. Like, I beef with everybody, the whole table.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
The table's based on against you, basically.
Yeah. So it's Tariq is inheriting Melo's beef. So, once I find out it's Tariq that took over.
That's his cousin.
Yeah, that's his cousin. I'm coming for his ass. And I got beef with Billy. Me and Billy is knocking each other mans off. Raul, I'm knocking his peoples off. So me and him got beef. Melanie, she's in it because she took the plate. She's at the table. She took the plate, and there's 2 more, which is Jerry.
That's the only one you don't got beef with.
I don't got beef with Jerry because I don't even know Jerry.
And you're kind of similar, and no, it's funny. That's crazy.
Yeah,
you're kind of
that
similar.
was one of my favorite characters.
The energy is similar. Not to say you're the same, but the energy is similar.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. Everybody, I'm gonna say this. Whoever likes Hefe, I know they like Jerry.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's like
definitely.
It's like
you can't like Heifer, not like Jerry.
No. Speaking of, Boom P, one of the subjects I wanted to speak about today is mental health.
Yeah.
I'm going to start with me first in introducing this topic because I'm a person who went through the prison system.
Yep.
I was one of the people that they diagnosed as what do you call it? Manic depressive, they said. They called me they also said panic, anxiety. Mm-hmm. They tried to put me on different medications. I didn't fuck with it. So I'm not going to say that I wasn't going through something.
Yeah.
What they said it was, I may disagree with, because a lot of these same situations and stuff like that I go through now. Yeah. I haven't touched a drug. I mean, a mental drug.
Yeah.
I haven't tried to kill myself, and I've been dealing with life on a day-to-day basis for 11 years now. But they said I was these things. Mental health is a subject that's not really talked about in our community. A lot of times we actually put a negative connotation on mental health.
Yeah.
But Boom P is going through a situation. He's not the writer no more.
No.
For Respect Life, you have new writers.
Yeah, we have new writers. Shout to Black, Malik, Tariq. They keeping us afloat, They keeping us afloat. They're gonna keep his legacy alive, you know what I mean? Until he get better, man,
That's a fact. And Boom P is a genius.
Yeah, definitely.
He came here about a year and a half ago. He's a genius.
Yeah.
We go through things, and sometimes we gotta retrain a trained mind.
Yeah.
So, but he's a genius. Respect Life was written to a T.
Yeah.
Perfect. I'm gonna say, people don't like to use the word perfect. Even in 120, they say, it ain't perfect. But to the person, if you look at the bigger picture and what something causes and the effect of it, it was perfect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
It may be some wording wrong here. It may be a period out of place here.
This was coming from one mind.
It was genius. He in his dialogue, his characters had different voices.
Yeah.
His topics wasn't predictable. You know what I mean? Yeah. Everything he did correctly, but he's dealing with issues now, and I think that a lot of us deal with these issues.
Yeah.
How you feel about mental health in our community?
Mental health is big, man. Mental health, people like like us, what like we go and not recognize, like not recognize. Back in the days, they'll say, oh, he's hyper, right? He's hyper, boom, boom. Give him some, Ritalin, ADHD. He got ADHD. Give him this, give him that, whatever, right? Knock him down. But they didn't know that. See, like kids like us, right? Boom, I finished my work fast. Now I'm talking shit. Why? Because I'm fucking borderline genius, bitch. Give me something else. Woo! You dig? Ain't nothing really wrong with him. Ain't nothing wrong with him. He borderline genius. He just finished his work. He got to go. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? So then they go and they pick you and label you. Boom, they label you. Oh yeah, he's hyperactive. He got ADHD. He can't stay still. He got this problem. He got that problem. Nah, it ain't that. And then they separate us. What they did? Boom. Yeah, him, and
Special ed.
Special ed. You know what I mean? Girls used to do the same thing. He used to not be not one girl in special ed with us. Girls did the same thing. They finished, they start talking shit. They want to run around. They want to, play around. Nah, but the boys, we got it the worst. Now, in our hood, we look at the one crazy dude. Be like, oh yeah, he crazy. That's a totally different type of mental health. That's totally different. It's a million categories. You know what I'm saying? Now, the kid that didn't eat breakfast, right? And he walks to school trying to get to breakfast, and he doesn't make it to breakfast. Now he depressed, man. Now he's stressed out. And now something, now something's wrong.
It's a cause and effect.
It's a cause and effect. Now something's wrong with him. Now they're going to say, oh yeah, something's wrong with him. Oh, he's sleeping too much. He's tired. He ain't got no energy.
They misdiagnose us.
Everywhere, all the time, everywhere. So, it's in our hood, man. If we don't look at how we label ourselves and let the people and everybody else around us label us, then we done for. You know what I'm saying? Then we done for. Like I say, when I see a little kid running around, they be like, yo, stop. Leave that nigga, man. Leave that nigga. He got energy. Why you telling him to stop running? Let that nigga fucking run. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let him run. He want to run, let that nigga run. Why you gonna stop him for? You know what I'm saying?
Then they mislabel.
Yeah, they mislabel, they drug you.
Let me give an example of that. Not to cut your wisdom, but and it's a different vein, but it's the same vein though. A lot of our kids, they running around crazy, and we tell them stop doing something, and they don't stop. You tell them again, they don't stop. So then we say, oh, he's a bad kid.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And they repeat this label.
You're bad. Yeah.
Constantly
Repetitive,
through this child's life until he gets to school.
Yeah.
And now he don't know nothing other than the label that's been placed on him.
Yep.
That happens a lot to us.
Yeah.
Here's another thing. And when we was younger, there's words that wasn't even used. The word depressed wasn't a word that you heard too much.
Nah.
You heard stressed. So you're like, yo, I'm stressed out.
Yeah.
Now you don't hear stressed out. Yo, I'm depressed.
Yeah.
Mislabels, words that's not being explained and there's no one there to play doctor.
Yeah.
So we self-medicate ourselves. We are
self-diagnosed.
We are self-diagnosed. We going by what they say it is, whether it being your counselors in school, which don't really care about you.
Yeah.
Whether it be a family member.
Yeah. To elaborate on that, right? Years back when I came home, my youngest, he's 19 now. He was, I think, like 10. He was attending Philippa Scala right here. A murder. This is the only top. It's called Philippa Scala School for the Gifted and Talented.
I got you.
All right. Now he has an incident in school. This kid keep drawing penises on his table. So he's telling the kid, "Yo, stop drawing penises on my table, man. Stop. He told me he said like 10 times top. So he gets up, he told the teacher, excuse me, can you tell this kid stop drawing penises on my table? He said, no, all right. She tells him, he kept on. He's like, all right, bet. Can I get a pass? He's going through all the channels. Can I get a pass to go to the counselor, to see the counselor? So he goes to the counselor. The counselor asks, what's the problem? He says, well, I'm upset. I'm really, really upset. So what you want to do? She asks him, what do you want to do? So he says, I want to slap him in the face. So she says, what? You want to slap him in the face? Yes, I want to slap him in the face. So she's like, okay. She goes and she writes a note that my son needs to go and see a psych.
And change his life.
And change his life. Why? Because a kid that is gifted and talented shouldn't be thinking violently on slapping somebody in the face. So when
even though the dude was harassing him,
and he went through all the channels, nothing. Okay, and he didn't even act. He didn't even slap him. This is the whole thing that got me upset.
He just asked him.
He just
how you feel?
Yeah, how you feel? So she was like, how you feel? I want to slap him. So she went, sent him to the psych. Now, my baby mom's is illiterate to that, right? Not like me. Now, I say, so where do they want us to take him? To Kings County Hospital. I said, so I'm already, you already know, I'm already contemplating on how I'm going to beef this up. You know why? Because she's not going to do the talking. I'm going to do the talking. So I'm going to start the fight now on the way, for she could be so upset that when we get to the hospital, she's not going to want to talk to nobody.
You in the energy that I need you to be in.
Yeah, and I get to talking. So we did that. When we get there, the psych says, first, she didn't ask us nothing, the parents. She asked him, what's your name? Emmanuel Arenas. How old are you? 10. What school you go to? Philip Escala. She looked up and said, Philip Escala? School for the gifted and talented? She said, no, she said, gifted and talented? 383? Like the school 383?
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, I had 383. She said, what you doing here? She asked him, what you doing here? He's like, they sent me, no. What are you doing here? What did you do to get here? I didn't do nothing. I did this, that, and I said that I was going to slap somebody. Cool. She looked at me, she said, don't ever bring that nigga here. Ever. Ever. Don't ever bring him here.
He don't supposed to be here.
He don't supposed to be here. What is he doing here? She's like, look, you know what this is for? This is for kids that will cut a chicha or crack a chicha's head. And then you send them to Kings County, the K building, to see if he's psychologically imbalanced. Not for saying that you're going to slap somebody, but that's what they do.
They've been doing it for years.
That's what they do. And that's how they fill, and that's how they fill the prescriptions. That's how they fill the doctors, the fucking psych wards.
And them fucked up schools.
That's how they fill them up. And they do that with a grimy snake like that lady that said, oh yeah, I'm gonna send him to a psych, get him out of the school.
Know what it is, Sue? A lot of parents don't do their due diligence either. So they already know that they already have an idea that the child is gonna slip into the system if they pull the trigger.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Definitely. That's definitely.
So you have a lot of, I'm gonna give an example. It's a quota.
Yeah.
It's a quota. Also, they need kids to experiment on. They need kids to, when it comes to a lot of these medications, when it comes to this curriculum that they pushing, because I'm gonna say this, I took up human services in college, and the way that schools are taught now is so wrong and outdated that most people who are in the social world, like in the social sciences, in the social sciences, they don't even believe in that teaching methods.
Yeah, the curriculum
teaching methods is whole.
Yeah.
But it's what it is it is a system. It's a system of brainwashing.
That's
it's
what
a
it
system,
is.
You know, I forgot the name of it, but it used to be a certain schools are designated to it's a pipeline system straight to prison.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's a name for it. You know what's funny? One day I was talking about it. My son was at the time probably 15 years old, and he said the name of the school, and he said, "Yo, what you call it? I know a person that goes to one of them schools." He knew what it was. Like, no, it's a pipeline school.
Yeah. Like
people
the
who go to that
600
school
schools.
more than likely will go to
Yeah,
prison.
like the 600 school. Yeah, immediately.
So it's a system that they've been feeding for a while, man. And this is not a new system. I wanna go into
Real quick.
part of self.
Real quick. Before we get into that, right? Starting from where the beginning, from where we from, and our environment, our upbringing, our influences from the outside, all of that creates who we are.
It's a recipe for desire
And
and disaster.
And at the same time, though, right? At the same time, that creates a mental disorder, man.
True indeed.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Who's not in our circle suffering with that? Like in more, it's like more than likely than not, there's someone right next to us.
Yeah.
I'm one of them.
Yeah.
That suffers from that, and I don't think none of us is really dealing with it.
Nah.
So that's the deeper part about it.
No, but we are in our own ways.
Sure indeed.
You know, we pick our own little vices and we deal with, you know what I'm saying, with our shit. But if we were born and, you know what I mean, brought up from 80 to 90 in Brooklyn, you suffer from PTSD, man.
That's a fact.
You suffer from PTSD. I don't care. You suffer from PTSD some way, somehow. You know what I mean? Whether you seen it out the window, whether you seen it in your hallway, whether you seen your dad beating your mom, you know what I'm saying? Whether you seen it, And that creates, depression, that creates anxiety, that creates, you know what I'm saying? Like,
It's a recipe for disaster.
yeah, that creates mental disorders.
We usually, in the social sciences, they say we are a product of who our parents are. You know what I mean? Whether it be through DNA, more than likely we are speaking through DNA, and if the mother was depressed, usually the daughter or the son is depressed.
Yeah.
If the person did drugs, the kid
More than likely
do drugs. And we come from an area like that.
Yeah.
It's not like that. It's not like it's we come from the suburbs and you may have one or two.
Nah.
We come from a place that they put us at
Yeah.
where people who have similar issues, similar addictions,
Yeah.
mental issues, all under one roof,
Yeah.
on one block.
Yeah. That's what they call it, a project.
Who?
That's why they call them projects, because they want to see it's a whole project. They want to see how it turns out. And people don't recognize that they keep building them and they keep turning out the same thing that they made them for all of us to be up under one roof. You know what I mean? Then they create the hate. You know what I'm saying? The tension, the hate, the struggle. You know what I mean? And that's what creates us.
You know what's crazy? When I was up north, right? And, everybody in this room been in that environment.
Yeah.
But there was a time that every day something happened.
Yeah.
When I say like literally, like every day something happened, right? So then you leave this system, right? And now you in the free world, the free cipher.
Yeah.
And it becomes the same thing.
Yeah.
It may not be that in prison you are on this one ground and can't go nowhere.
Yeah, you confined to that space.
Yeah, but in the big world, it be the same thing.
Yeah.
Like every day, there's something happening, especially if you live in that environment.
Yeah. Yeah,
You got to
definitely.
change that environment to change that, because in the projects, I'm going to say the projects specifically because I come from that. There was a time in the projects that every day something happened.
Yeah.
It didn't even have to be me.
Nah.
It was someone else.
Yeah. It definitely is. Definitely something was happening.
And imagine children growing up in this environment. You know what I mean? Where every day you seeing something negative on there's like that's that's on your psyche. Your psyche is seeing something negative every day that it becomes uncomfortable when you don't see it.
Yeah. It becomes norm.
It becomes norm.
Yeah, it becomes norm. Like us walking up the block and seeing, a chase and somebody banging out. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, see, yo, watch it. Who's that? Oh, okay. Oh, wow. You know what I mean? Yo, the other day, they came back through and they let off shots, and then it's normal. Because this is our environment. This is our jungle. Like,
Here's
this
one
is where
for
we
you.
at.
Here's one for you. My mother used to tell me during Williamsburg Day, every Williamsburg Day, she said, come upstairs when they start shooting.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
I gotta say that is a crazy phrase, even at 45 years old.
Yeah. Come upstairs when they start shooting, cause we already know
and
that
it's
they're
normal.
they're gonna start shooting. Yeah.
And it's normal. It is normal.
Yeah,
it's not.
normal.
It's not abnormal.
Yeah.
It's normal.
Normal.
We know you want to go outside.
Yeah.
We know them dudes gonna do what they do.
Yep.
Make sure you not around that, and when it starts happening, make sure you get
Yeah,
yourself
you run up.
upstairs. And it shows you we normalize a lot of this stuff. We both from Williamsburg.
Yeah.
As I said, this episode is called The Avenue in Puerto Rico. I grew up on Scholes and Graham Avenue.
Yeah.
When I was there in my earlier times, I lived on Scholes, which is kind of different than a person who's from the projects who live on Tenike.
Yeah, in the middle.
I'm going to say why. On my side, I couldn't go over the arch when I was young.
Yeah.
So my whole life started
On Scholes.
On Scholes,
Yeah.
and that way.
The outskirt.
Yeah. My store was that way. I used to go get my fireworks from Meserole and Bushwick Avenue. You know what I mean? I go to my pizzeria. It wasn't Danny's Sue at that time. It was the original.
Joe's.
Yeah.
It was Joe's.
And so I congregated more towards that way. Then I wrote graffiti. So me writing graffiti, most of my friends was graffiti writers.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I think we met.
Yeah.
It wasn't really through graffiti, but we had similar friends that's how we usually conversated with each other.
Yeah.
And in my early times, I grew up on School Street, across the street from, it's an empty lot now. But back in the days, it used to be the biker club.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I didn't really get to see nothing. I was kind of like a baby when it happened. But from what I heard, it was live and direct.
Yeah.
I grew up around in Williamsburg. Seeing bikers was normal.
Yeah.
That wasn't abnormal.
Yeah. We had the hell burners. We had the dirty ones.
The unknown.
Yeah, the unknowns.
So that was normal. Like when I mean normal is like very normal.
Yeah.
And what's funny? If a person didn't grow up in that environment, when they're around that element, they get kind of nervous.
Yeah. Yeah.
They get kind of nervous. I throw parties in places like that, and when they be around that, they get all nervous. Most of my friends, and let me say, I have a large portion of friends who's my age who went into that lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's more, let me say, it's not abnormal for some of the people I know who are bikers.
Yeah.
God bless the dead. One of my friends just passed away recently, man. My man Chuck.
Chaka.
Yeah, Chaka, part himself. Rest in peace, Chuck. One of my good friends, I grew up with him.
Yeah.
And I remember his father, who was a biker also, a gangster also. So this was like normal.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't grow up. I have an uncle that was a biker also. My uncle, God bless the dead, Gregory Womble, was a biker. I didn't really grow up in that. So you was kind of connected to that.
Yeah.
How was that growing up? And like, what's some of your early memories of like the biker life on that side,
on
past
block?
schools?
Yeah, on Humboldt and Mesereau, they were lit. Cause on to the left up Mesereau, we had the hell burners, and down across the street we had the dirty ones. We had Carmelo on one side, Paulie on the other.
Oh wow!
You know what I'm saying? So it was like the battle of the best. You know what I mean? A million bikes on the block. You know what I'm saying? Then we had rest in peace, Mighty Mike, that lived in my building. You know what I mean? He was a dirty one, and it was just that gangster shit, man.
They history.
Like, I was born in Greenpoint Hospital. You know what I'm saying? Born and raised on Humboldt and Mesereau. My pops lived in Block 4 for 47 years.
Shout out to the OG.
God bless the dad. You know what I'm saying? OG.
Rest in peace.
And yeah, man, that whole scene of me coming up was, us in because there's the alley right there where the chicken market used to be.
Sure
you know what I'm saying? We used to have the boxing ring there, and the cardboards laid out and shit. So at my time of coming up, I was jumping into the windbreaker suits and shit, and you know what I'm saying? We break dancing and shit like that. But once the sun go down, it's what I'm saying? It's gangster shit. You know what I mean? Like, motherfucking gangsters is out, you know what I mean? It's dope all day selling on the block, you know what I mean? He's selling dope, selling crack up the block, but mainly was dope. You know what I'm saying? That dope was heavy on the block, on all corners. You know what I'm saying? So we had that shit just crazy. Then we had Dominicans moving in, you know what I mean? Around those,
I remember those times
80s,
too.
you know what I mean? The early 80s, Dominicans start moving in. They start getting done dirty. You know what I'm saying? By, us for the P's and everybody, you know what I mean? So, then we start going and, they Puerto Ricans, everybody in the black start going to war. Yes, connect this, start going to war with the, Dominicans that was coming in and out. And yeah, man, it was crazy, man. It was, but it was it was unity though. That's one thing. I gotta say, it was unity. And like from that cloth, like they stopped making that fabric, man.
They don't make that fabric.
They don't make this fucking fabric no more. They don't make this shit, man, because you know what I mean? Like, I'll be happy, man, and glad and proud. You know what I'm saying? It was fucked up. It was, you know what I'm saying? Like from the outside looking in, but I'm inside looking out, man. You know what I'm saying? Like this was my life. Some people be like, damn, wow, oh wow, that's a tragedy. I don't go. That shit wasn't no tragedy. That shit happened every day on my block.
When we was younger, I'm saying in our late teenage years, early 20s, we used to actually go to the parties in the biker club. I said, bump into you.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. I used to be running around. Yeah, I used to be running around and shit. Matter of fact, years later, right, well, growing up and seeing all that shit, now we're going to fast forward after like my second state bid, after my second state bid, I start riding with, you know what I'm saying? I start fucking with Nesto and them that they used to live right on our block. You know what I mean? Our block, you know what I mean? Porte and them shit. They right here down the block now. And I started fucking with them niggas hanging out, boom, boom. And, they had the forbidden ones. And I started running around with them and shit. And yeah, I was running around with them niggas hard. I was at every party. I was
the young one.
Yeah, I was the young gunner. Yeah, I was the young gunner and shit. Yeah, I was the youngest one out of all of them.
Hey, so I remember going there. I just seen your man too today on a bike too. No names, but I just seen your man today. We haven't seen him in a while. But I remember. Let me just say, Mesereau, 4th of July. I'm going we used to be like, yo, I know my mom used to give me like $5-10. Yo, you could go get some fireworks.
Yeah.
And we used to go up Graham Avenue and turn on Mesereau.
Yeah.
And we probably used to run from Graham Avenue to Bushwick Avenue off the roof. It'd be explosions.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
It was like we was going through a Vietnam war on 2 blocks.
Yeah.
There's only 2 blocks.
Yep, 2 blocks.
So I passed Humboldt.
Yep. And mainly it'd be guns. It mainly be shooting.
And I'm saying like 8, 9, 10, 11 years old.
Yeah.
These are them years.
Yeah.
And we could have went through through Scholes and went around through Bushwick Avenue. But the thrill of
going up that
through
block, that's the hottest block.
You know what I mean? And we be like, yo. You be like, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
That was my memories of Mesero when I was young.
Yeah. Then we had the peoples, the Mohicans. Shout out to,
I want to talk about the OGs.
Yeah.
CUP posse, man.
Yeah. 50 grand, Ivan and them.
And I'm
shout to them.
When I was young, I used to see the tags with the circle with the boom, 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 bam.
Yeah.
Right? And I remember Milton.
The Sergio Tacchini sign now. That is the Sergio Tacchini. Yeah, you see that?
I never knew what that was.
Yeah. It's TUP, but that's the symbol for Sergio Tacchini.
Oh, that's deep.
Yeah.
You just blew my mind.
You see it?
It's no God. So now, when I used to hang with my man, not your Ivan, but my man Ivan High.
High, yeah.
So I remember, like, we used to look up to the TUP posse. Like, we used to be young, and, like, Ivan had a rapport with them.
Yeah.
Like, they shout him out.
Yeah.
And I remember I used to be like, oh, shit. And we said, we naming every heat. Yo, that's what you call it, man. And that's what you call it.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, oh, okay. And I remember Milton started, doing hhis thing graph-wise, and he started throwing up the thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, I remember going to him like, yo, you down with CUP? He like, yeah. I'm like,
yeah.
I was kind of like upset, like, damn, they let you in too?
Yeah.
They was in a moment during them years.
TUP came out. They were
the Us Posse.
The Us Posse. They were under, like, they were the outcasts from the Dirty Ones and the Hellburners. You know what I mean? They were the ones from the block, but they ain't throwing on no leather shit. You know what I mean? Like, these are gangsters from the, you know what I mean? These are gangsters. Like, we throwing on Filas and Timbs and Adidas. Like, we ain't throwing on no leather boots and leather jackets.
But the same mentality though.
Yeah, but the same mentality. You know what I mean? On some real gangster shit. And I came up with TUP, the Us Posse, which was, mainly, a couple dudes from Stag. You know what I mean? Mesero and Humboldt, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the Us Posse. And then from, the Us Posse, he had us, the little generation, which we was always following them everywhere, whatever. You know what I mean? I was always following them.
They was active.
They were active. I always wanted to be on the action, like, anywhere. Like, where we going? So Ivan came out and made TLP.
I remember that.
He made
too.
TLP. He made TLP. Yeah, he made TLP.
The Latin posse.
Yeah, the little posse. So he put us under TLP, and we ran with it. It was a little gang of us.
You know what's crazy? Not to since he passed away, well, he's one of the people that's pushed TLP. TLP was BA. BA was one. B was another one. Cole was one back in the days. Has. That's the first time I actually started seeing that. And my man Ivan, like everyone, it was a TUP posse. And when it came, he was like,
and remember that around.
I'm saying it wrong. It's the Latin Vandals I was talking about. TLV. Pardon me.
The around that time, if you remember, since they were not wearing MCs and shit like that. They were wearing like,
hip hop shit.
You know what I'm saying? They wear velour suits with Adidas and they had beads. Remember the beads? They had green and black beads. That was their color, green and black and shit. And then they got the sweaters that we used to iron the shirts or the letters on. The sweaters with the iron on.
Facts.
TUP all the way. And from there it was just, just that. It rocked out for a little while. You know what I mean?
Let me just correct. He said TLP. I was thinking about TLV, which was BA, and it was the Latin Vandals. The Latin Vandals. My bad. But so when do you it's TUP's the OGs?
Yeah.
How was it with you in your early years, man? How do you go from, watching them to be going into that world, and then not just going into that world to the point that you go to prison?
Yeah.
I was
it was the upbringing, you know what I mean? It was my upbringing. Like I followed that. I ain't had no doctors or no, you know what I'm saying? No preachers, no lawyers, none of that in my family, you know what I mean? My father's side, they had preachers or whatever, but my mom's side, where I was at, my brother, we ain't got none of that. You know what I'm saying? What we got is, the hustlers, the gangsters. You know what I mean? And me mainly following my brother. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be just like my brother. You know what I'm saying? Whatever my brother did, I mimic. You know what I mean? He taught anything he spoke or whatever, boom, I was attentive. You know what I'm saying?
I remember your bro when I was young. I definitely remember your bro. Definitely
Shout out to Big Buck.
Yeah, that's the original one I remember when I was young. As I said, I didn't used to name all the names. And there's certain ones you can't. Let me give a shout out to the twins, man.
Shout out to the twins.
You know why? I was locked up with one of the twins. I believe it was Joey.
Yeah.
I was locked up with Joey in Walk Hill. Held me down. Used to give me haircuts. That's my man.
Gangster.
To this day.
Yeah, real OG.
You know what I mean?
Shit.
He follows Style by Poverty. So shout out to the twins.
Yeah.
You know, these are some of the dudes that showed me the way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if it was even into guiding. As I say, I was locked up with him in Walk Hill. And he definitely, it was definitely great building with him.
Yeah.
Because he gave me a lot of, he's a wise dude. For a dude who was who he was, he gave me a lot of jewels, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I should just sit in his joint and just listen to him build. And he's still a handball addict. So I used to watch him play handball and all that. Yeah. But shout out to the twins, man. Good dudes.
That was that clan. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if it was me and my two closest homies, we were watching them, mimicking them. You know what I mean? And that was just the whole thing. And then, me being brought up like that, my brother was with that type of, on that type of time. He was a gangster. Like, yo, this is how it's gonna be. You know what I mean? Like, this is what you do. This da-da-da. And he instilled that in me. You know what I mean? And that's.
Yo, shout out to Cheo and Checo. I'm saying it right?
Tang and Cheo.
Yeah, Tang and Cheo. Yeah. That's my OGs also. Dudes when I was young, who looked out for me. You know what I mean? Yeah. I was a young dude, and I used to be following my sisters all the time. And I used to be getting into stupid shit, dumb shit. And these are dudes that knew who she was and knew who I was. And if I was in some type of situation, usually got me out of a situation. Yeah. So these are dudes, to this day, no matter where they at in life, I always give my respect to. And no matter what.
Yeah, definitely.
There comes to a point that I want to talk about your last bid, because we getting towards the end of the joint.
Yeah.
But towards your last bid, we see each other in prison.
Yeah. Unfortunately, but
a few of us it was a lot of, actually at that time, a lot of
Goon Squad. It was the Goon Squad. The Goon Squad was in.
There was a lot of
crazy.
A lot of people there.
Yeah.
And we was in the same building.
Yep.
I performed poetry for a prison situation that was going on, and you actually came when I performed the poem.
Yeah.
I'm saying these things like that. So
I was getting out the south. Matter of fact,
he was on the south side.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I was the one that orchestrated that for us to go to the gym. Yeah. I orchestrated that for us to get out the house and shit, because we was wilding.
Whatchamacallit was there? I want to say no names, but one of my mans from Block 1 was locked up too.
Yeah.
And he's doing his comedy, singing stuff.
Yep.
I told you off camera. That's my man though. But shout out to the guard that was there also. He's crazy. Yeah. Let me say it like this. He's doing big things now. Let me give a shout. I can't say his name. But he's doing big things now. He's a cook. Okay. And he's been cooking for a lot of people. He's at DTF Radio. He's my OG. Yeah. But he was crazy on Rikers Island. He was singing, doing comedy stuff. But he performed in the talent show with myself also. Shout out to him. But we was in prison together. What made you, after leaving, how much time you did?
7 years.
You did 7. I did 5.
Yeah.
When you came home, you was on a different type of time.
Yeah.
What put you into that zone? What was your last year like in prison? And what mentality did you have to put yourself in to coming home?
Yeah, going over that, we was in the old boy, right? Shit was on fire.
Sure
right?
did. On fire.
Yeah, we had that shit on fire. And from me to I copped out. Boom, I took the 7. Right.
I remember when you did.
My code D took 7. Boom, and we was off. Now, all the other times, the last 3 times I was up top, right? I did 3 years, I did 4 years, I did another 4, then I did 7. Now, any other time, I ain't give a fuck where they sent me. I ain't care. I'm a gangster. I go anywhere.
Facts. Where I'm
Where I'm at. I go anywhere. I drop my bag anywhere.
Facts.
It's, you know what I'm saying? Like to this, you know what I'm saying? Like not to this day, but you know, it was
No second thought.
Yeah, it was no second thought. It was like that. Send me anywhere. I'm there. I'm heavy there. And this time, after you know the cop out and all that, boom, I got my little man. You know what I'm saying? He just came home from doing 4. He about to come do 7 with me now. Like you know what I mean? All that. And my history, you know what I'm saying? I know it was gonna catch up. So I was like, yo, man, I just hope I land in a spot, man, you know what I mean? That I could just chill, man, and come home. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Sure indeed.
you know,
you don't gotta go to war every day.
Yeah, they, you know, the way I'm looking at it, like, they gave me 7. I was taking 10, remember? I was taking 10, right? I was gonna take 10. They would boom, they brought it down, they gave me 7. Gucci. Out of 7, do 6. I got 2 in. I do 4. That's light.
Sure
I'll be
did.
back down, easy, real quick, easy, right? Yeah. So you know, I'm thinking like that. But then I start thinking when they start, you know, when they come pack me up, send me downstairs, I'm like, okay. Oh man.
It's the first time I didn't go to downstairs. I went to Ulster for that one.
You know, I got mad disciplinaries. You know what I'm saying? My old bids. I got mad disciplinaries. You know what I'm saying? I got assault on police, all that. You know, once they look, they don't look at your rehabilitation or you trying to rehabilitate.
that paperwork say.
Once they look, oh yeah, oh really? Oh he like hitting back. Okay, you know, let's do him dirty. But from there, you know, I went. You know how they do? They send us over here, send us this max, whatever. They send us to the medium, and I ended up in the medium. Ended up on Cape Vincent.
Okay.
Right, I ended up in the Cape after like 4 or 5 jails, and I had like, I went straight up because I did a couple. I did some time in the box going up. Yeah, I did some time in the box. I didn't want to cut my hair. You know what I mean? You know, I had my shit long until I came home and shit.
You was on your Jim Jones shit.
Yeah, I was on my
Yeah.
Jim Jones shit. I didn't want to cut my hair for shit, so I did the 60 days in the box, and then I went and they sent me to a night of box. I did another 30 there, then I did like a year, but I ended up in Cape Vincent. And in Cape Vincent, I was like, you know, I seen a couple of bandits. I was like, yo, let me call them out, man. You know what I mean? If they don't want it, man, I'm gonna just chill because it's a chill spot, you know? And that's what I did, man. I just called the nigga out real quick, like, yo, let's get this shit over with. What's up? Nah, I don't want no problems. All right, cool. You know, go home, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I did, man. I went, I took up a trade, I did the college thing, you know what I'm saying? I got a degree.
What you took up?
I did small business.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot you did, man.
Yeah,
you got this business under your belt already.
I got business management. Then I went and since I had more time, while I was doing the trade, I got the masonry trade. Mm-hmm. I mean, I got the masonry trade. I finished the business management. I came home. I went to St. Francis University. I got another entrepreneurship.
Oh wow!
You know what I mean,
Congratulations, God.
Good looking degree. And then I finished online. I did psychology, sociology, and bam. You know what I'm saying?
Wow! Congratulations. Let me give a round of applause for my man.
Good look.
My man. I want to go into this, man, real quick, man. You also started a business, a bow tie business.
Yeah.
Talk to us about your bow tie business.
Oh, my bow ties, I call Manny McFlee. My design is a bow tie, but you know the difference is I have a button in my bow tie, and I came up with that. A lot of people say, "Yo, how the hell you came up with that?" And you know, you from the projects, man. Like you from the hood, man. Like how the hell, you know? Like, but one thing, if you believe in you know, in reincarnation or whatever. I think I was in those what they call them rolling 20s. Some shit,
Yeah, the rolling 20s. The gangsters.
Yeah, the rolling
Al
20s.
Capone
Yeah, Al
and shit
Capone
like that.
and the bow ties and the, you know what I mean, the 3-piece suits and shit like that. Like, I think I was cut from that. You know what I'm saying? I was once there because that, you know, that style, that look of the bow tie. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can wear a tie, but not everybody can wear a bow tie.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I came up with Manny McFleet bow ties, man, and I've been you know pushing that out for a little while now.
How do people react to your joints? I know the ones that I've seen. They are not no cheesy shit. They are high quality. They come in a box, official box.
Yeah.
It's expensive too. How much you selling them joints for?
$100.
Yeah, they was expensive both sides.
Yeah.
This is you know, how do the people react to the product?
It's the people that copy, they seen it on me first. You know what I mean? Like, yo, oh yeah, or they see me posted. They're like, yo, I need a bow tie for a wedding or whatever. And they love it. They, because it's different. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing, that it's different. You know what I mean? So, I'm just pushing at it like it's different bow ties, not like a regular. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a regular bow tie. It's a style bow tie. You know what I mean?
It's very you got some real boutique shit.
Yeah.
You're a person. We about to close out, but I just want to close out with this. You was a person that was involved in gangs.
Yeah.
Talk to our younger people right now that is growing up in this culture now. What advice would you give to a kid 14, 15, 16 years old being peer pressured into these gangs right now?
Well, that gang life is not the life or a life. That's one thing. Now, when people get it mixed up was us growing up in our era, it was different gang thing. It's a whole different gang thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see now, before it was, the Latin Kings on Rikers Island.
True indeed.
Right? The Nietas came in first, the Latin Kings. The Latin Kings was oppressing because there were more numbers, so they oppressed, the black and non-Puerto Rican. And that's how, different factions came about. Then the Bloods came in the building.
True indeed.
You know what I'm saying? But before the Bloods, either you was Latin King, you was guard body, or you was a fucking gangster.
True indeed.
You know what I'm saying? Either or you not surviving. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like, I remember back in the days when my brother used to come from, from prison or HDM, if you was from Brooklyn, you had to be about that thing. You know what I'm saying? You can't say you from Brooklyn and you abroad. You know what I'm saying? Or you a sucker, you a bitch. You know what I mean?
Facts.
You can't. It was Brooklyn and Latin Kings.
It held away.
You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
Like, you know what I mean? So now when you look at it and you look back at it, it was kind of like that. It was kind of like that because if you look, everybody from Brooklyn, well, for my hood, we all blood.
True indeed.
Why? Because I know all the bloods. Maybe if 95% was guard body, then I'll be guard.
True indeed.
You know what I'm saying? It was that type of thing. Now, even with that, man, the kids that's joining the gangs is because they feel that they need somebody to, back them up, protect them, shit like that. When that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? A lot of kids just want to be down. Oh shit, I want to hang out with them. Nah, man. Nah. Because at the end of the day, they doing some foul shit because they following the other foul shit and the other foul shit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. So, you know what I mean? Like, for kids running around thinking that, to be in a gang is cool or whatever, it's not, man. I banged for a lot of years, God bless me that I ain't get, chopped, and I put in all that work for nothing. It's all for nothing. All for nothing, man, and for the kids that's not growing up in that type of life, don't follow that shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't follow that shit. Because what we used to call the sucker is that nigga now.
Yeah, the nerds now are
that
getting
nigga.
lead roles in movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
The movies is about the nerds now.
Yeah. Like, come on, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man.
Big Bang Theory shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
a fact.
Yeah. So, for kids, getting trapped up and caught up in that gang life and all that shit ain't for you, man. That shit ain't for nobody, man. Coming up, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just a product of the ones that have no guidance.
True.
You know what I'm saying? The ones that have no guidance, no mom, no pop, probably grandma's a junkie, and he dolo. Those are the ones that end up, joining the gang and banging because they ain't got nobody.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? As long as, we give kids support and show them like, yo, that's not cool. Yo, this, that, and the third. They're gonna know what's good, man. But that gang banging shit is for the birds, man. That shit ain't about nothing.
Yo, I appreciate you coming in tonight, man.
Yeah, definitely.
I appreciate you coming in tonight.
Thank you.
So, it was funny. A dude just touched my doorknob, and I don't feel like beating nobody up tonight. But I'm gonna say this, man. Today's mathematics. Every episode, I say today's mathematics. Today's mathematics is my birthday. Is knowledge, understanding, or being born a culture or freedom. You gotta know and understand the culture, the way of life, man. And let me say this: our way of life is free, man. It don't cost to read a book. You don't gotta give your kill somebody. You don't gotta. It's not. This knowledge is free.
Free.
You could come amongst us and learn about life for free. But to know and understand this culture, man, we don't live in a free lifestyle. If you don't know what's going on right now, I don't like to talk about that stuff on my podcast because I don't want my joint bopped off of YouTube.
Yeah.
But freedom ain't free.
Yep, definitely not.
Freedom is not free, man. Right now, a lot of people are going to be questioning themselves about their freedom. A lot of people are going to go with what is told and not what they feel because their freedoms are being infringed on. But they won't fight for that. I know someone, I'm not going to go into it, but yeah, there's a lot of people who want to keep their jobs. There's a lot of people who want to go to these restaurants on Fifth Avenue and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. A lot of these people want to go on Carnival cruises. They know that freedom isn't free. And that if you want to, that $1,200 you put down on that Carnival trip, and now they asking for the vaccine, and you put that $1,200, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? You know what I mean? But I'm not anti-vax. I'm not pro-vax. I'm pro-choice.
Yeah,
I'm pro-choice. That's what I'm about. If you feel that you need to get the vaccine, get the vaccine. If you feel that you don't want to get the vaccine, don't get the vaccine. I think that we all have choices. That's what I'm going to end it tonight. My name is Anthony GMATH WOMBLE, man.
Peace.
Thank you, Manny, for coming to the show. OG, thank you for sitting in on our show. We'll be back next week with a new episode. Style by Poverty, man. If you don't know what Style by Poverty is, man, it's a mentality, man. It is what circumstance defines you. And my circumstances was poverty. It made me who I am. I wouldn't turn back the time on anything. I don't regret anything. Everything happens at the time it was supposed to happen. Thank you for listening to my show, watching my show. Again, shout out to my 1718 Collective family, my Get Fed Records family, my VANDAL family, my Wansburg family, my Birdie family.
Already.
Everybody who supports what I do, thank you. And we are out of here. Peace.